All right, here's a fun fact for you. Rick Rubin actually turned down the chance to produce the Red Hot Chili Peppers' 1987 album, The Uplift Mofo Party Plan, due to drug problems of Kiedis and guitarist Hillel Slovak. So
interesting.
So
then Slovak OD'd, right?
Yeah, about a year later, and then from there, Rick decided, you know what, we're gonna give these boys another chance. And that is the creation of Blood Sugar Sex Magik, a 1991 classic. And you, my friends, are on the next episode of Vinyl Stallions. And you heard that right. We're diving back into our Chili Pepper series, not just the Chili Peppers, but John Frusciante series. Our boy Johnny Boy is, so we've already done 2 of them so far. Their brand new one, which is Unlimited Love. Then we did By the Way, a 2000 classic. And then now we're going back to 1991 with Blood Sugar Sex Magik.
And this is the 5th Red Hot Chili Peppers album, their second with John Frusciante and Chad Smith, the first one being Mother's Milk. But this is their first on Warner Brothers and their first with famous producer Rick Rubin. Now go ahead, Spruce.
I just wanted to throw in something else about Rick Rubin. They notably changed the sound of the band's previous album, Mother's Milk, who had a different producer on it. His name was Michael Bainhorn, who had produced some of their previous albums. So yeah, they went a different way, and you can tell with this right off the bat that they're reducing the use of the heavy metal guitar riffs and getting some melodic songwriting and some more contributions from John all around.
And then it's also interesting to note too that Mother's Milk, just simply due to the additions of Frusciante and Smith, is much different than their previous album, The Uplift Mofo Party Plan. So in those 3 albums, you hear their sound change pretty dramatically.
Absolutely. But this is an incredible album all around. It's really what just kind of set the tone, I feel or solidified the tone from Mother's Milk into this, for this being the ultimate Chili Peppers lineup. And I produced the hit singles Under the Bridge, Give It Away, Suck My Kiss, Breaking the Girl. We're going to go through all of those very shortly here, but just know that there are nonstop bangers on this thing.
Yeah, and this, I would say this is the album that really put them on the map. In Mother's Milk, their cover of Higher Ground, that got some pretty active radio play, but nothing like Under the Bridge. Under the Bridge, you could show to some stranger who is I don't like music, but they would still know that song. Because if you had a radio in the 90s or 2000s, you had to have heard that song.
Absolutely. And it's really cool. So the band's contract with EMI came to an end, and so they began looking for another record label. So they reached a group with Sony, I believe, and ultimately, I think they ended up signing with Warner Brother Records, all around, and so that's where they settled with. And from there, they recorded this album in a very unique way. It was in a mansion of magician Harry Houdini, or where Harry Houdini once lived. And so it's in LA, I believe. And there's a documentary, I know I've talked about it before, called The Funky Monks. It's about an hour, 20 minutes that just covers the whole process of them recording this album. And it is crazy to see. And just the whole process of this, recording this record.
And Spruce has mentioned it in previous episodes, but yeah, there is just a full documentary about the recording of this album, and you can see the mansion and all that. It's on YouTube, free. Don't even have to have a streaming service. But another thing too, so before they all gathered at this mansion to record the album, Frusciante and Anthony Kiedis, they worked on a lot of this material ahead of time at each other's house, and then sort of took it to Flea and Chad Smith, and then they had kind of worked out a lot of what they wanted to record, who was going to be playing what, and all that before they actually got in the mansion with Rick Rubin and his team. And so the album came together pretty quickly.
It did, and it was again just in a unique way. And to be able to see, like, those are the coolest videos for me on YouTube, is the ones where you can see the behind the scenes process of how things are actually created, and instead of just the final product, like how much goes into it, what they decide to use. Like in this album, there's parts where they're banging on pots and pans. They're just like shaking random stuff, and it's crazy to just see and be like, oh, that's what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah.
Specifically, Breaking the Girl is one where they're just teeing off on those pots and pans.
Oh yeah. And yeah, 2 months roughly of recording time in that mansion for a 17 song album. Like, that's unheard of. Yeah, I mean, just I guess to give a basis of comparison, when we were talking to Rex Larkman from Trepidelic, their new album coming out, I think next month. Yeah, he said they had been working on that for over a year. And I mean, that's pretty normal. Like, a lot, like, there's so much work that goes into creating a studio album. Like, there's a million takes, there's a million layers. Like, one song could have like over 100 tracks within that one track, and all of them have to be recorded, but not just recorded, but like perfected. So like 1/100th of one track, like you might need like 15 takes to get it done. But these boys play so clean. That pocket is so tight. They got it done in 2 months. 17 songs, 73 minutes.
And they're all rippers. Man, I was telling Klep before we actually started recording this that I don't skip on this album. Anytime it pops up in the Stampede Shuffle, I let this bitch ride.
You can't. What song would you skip? Point out one song that you would even like think about skipping.
Honestly, none. But I know which one I would love to start with, and it's the one that they start with. The Power of Equality. What a way to start an album. It literally like sets the Chili Peppers tone all around. And power of the equality. Oh
yeah, and just the way they have Anthony's voice and like John's guitar just like kind of muffled at the beginning, so it sounds quiet, almost as if like it's coming from a different room, is crazy. And then you just hear swing, and Flea's bass just comes roaring in.
And hey, better, hey, better, hey, better, swing. Something fun. Dude, wow. That one is great. There's a song, Klep, if you remember, flashback all the way to, I think it was 2016. You and I are in Joe Belinsky's basement on Mill.
Okay.
We create this song called Sexuality, which is very Chili Peppers-esque all around with just the bass line. And so from there, Klep was the originator of that song, and then we've had Dylan on before, and he actually laid it down on the final track. But Dylan mentioned this to me a couple months ago. We were just talking about that recording process, and he goes, Sexuality is like identical to the Power of Equality, with the like,
it makes sense too, because Joe's hand started bleeding from him playing that song. So yeah, like if you're trying to play a Flea bass part, like that'll do it.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. So for the comparison, and this is all messed up. We've just changed names. Spotify tells me one name's taken when I know it's taken because I took it and I have different emails. But for some reason, it's Sexuality and it's under Tomo Alone, which is not even a band who recorded this song, but it's under that. And go check it out and then listen to this song, and you can tell the similarity and why Joe's hand bled that day. All right, so that's sitting at 403 to start this bad boy, and then you go into the second one, which is If You Have to Ask.
Yeah, and in this one, like, I don't know, John's harmonies with Anthony are just crazy, and they just play off each other so well. Like, John's up high, like, if you have to ask, you'll never know. And then Anthony just comes in like, funky motherfucker will not be told to go.
If you please.
It's just, I don't know. You see like that, their singing dynamic play out in a way that it didn't play out in Mother's Milk.
It's I don't know if like fun's the right word. That's a pretty just broad word, but it's just
It is a fun song.
Yeah, no, they're just, and like again, the use of like those like voices, like if you have to ask, like it's cheesy instead of just the constant.
Oh yeah,
Anthony Kiedis rapping. No, it's a great mix up. But from there we go to a song I mentioned, "Breaking the Girl."
and this one is very different than the first two, just because, like, I don't know, the guitar playing is different, the singing is different. There's definitely some different instruments in this song too, and I'm gonna pull it up right now and get a name for those instruments.
No,
okay, Melotron. It is played by a gentleman named Brendan O'Brien. But yeah, that's what that instrument that you hear in Breaking the Girl is called, a Melotron.
And so here's so just some facts about this. So the song is about a turbulent relationship between Anthony Kiedis and his former girlfriend. I mentioned before how they had pots and pans, so they classified as junkyard debris found by drummer Chad Smith, John, and Flea. And John always credits the riff to being inspired by Led Zeppelin ballads like the Battle of Evermore.
Ooh.
But the final one, and this is the coolest fact, is this is one of only 6 songs the group has recorded in the 6/8 time signature.
Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, totally is. Breaking
a girl.
Yeah.
That's a fun one to see be created in that Funky Monks documentary.
Yeah. Oh man, what a ripper. And so is the next one, because we're getting funky with the Funky Monks. And this one, it looks like, is the second longest song on the album, coming in at 5:22. The only one that's longer is Sir Psycho Sexy.
And dude, that song just and like the guitar has like no tone on it to start the song, and then it just busts in.
Yeah, and yeah, some of Flea's better work is on this song too.
And then, like, dude, basses are like, I just put it on for a sec, and Flea's bass, holy shit, when it enters.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's not just like this one song. I mean, it's the whole album, but I mean, you just got to point it out because you can't avoid it on this song.
And dude, yeah, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm just like, some of these songs I actually do get mixed up on like which parts where they're like going high or like rapping funny or something is on certain ones. But yeah, this is the one where it's like, you are all alone.
Yeah. No, and I totally get that too, because this album, like, it's very tough to describe, honestly, because a lot of the songs are similar, but a lot of the songs are like so different. But like I always say that Californication is my favorite Chili Peppers album, and it's because like all the songs on that album are like very, very different. Whereas like they are different on this album too, but like they've sort of forged a new identity in this album. It's different than Mother's Milk. It's way different than the first three albums. So I feel like part of the staple of this album is establishing that identity. And so, yeah, like I have that too, where sometimes like I will just like need to listen to like 15 seconds of the song to like differentiate it from another one.
Another one. I just want to explain something myself for those who have not watched this any Red Hot Chili Peppers series video. My tarp is off, not because I want it off. My tarp is off because the boys forced me to do it, because I can't perform. I can't talk about the Chili Pepper Boys unless I am in their play gear. That sounded weird. In their performance gear. Play gear.
For those that don't know, like when the Red Hot Chili Peppers just like first got started, like they played butt ass naked with only a tube sock over their penises. Other than that, completely naked.
Not even that, dude. Or like, I mean, I was just gonna say, and this is like, so this album was 1991. In 99 Woodstock, there's a video out there on YouTube right now. You got to sign in because it's not kid friendly. And the first 20 seconds of that video is Flea is completely naked and he has his bass down there, but he just like moves his bass and is just flopping his wiener in front of thousands and thousands of people. And me and B-Mac, my buddy, are like, oh, let's just like watch this. Like it's fun to watch those Woodstock 99 ones performances. And we're just getting dick in the face for the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, those boys were very free spirited.
And still are. We're seeing them exactly 1 month from today.
That's true. August 14th.
We talk about it, I think, in every episode.
And rightfully so. Like, how could you not be just freaking stoked to see the boys?
Because you need to suck my kiss. Yeah. Coming in at number 5 on this record. And what an iconic song. This is one of the first Chili Pepper songs I can remember being like introduced to by Mike Avdy, actually.
And this one, I think this was on either Rock. No, it's Give It Away. That's on Rock.
It was on, it was on Guitar Hero, like 2 or 3.
But yeah, this one is this one's a crazy song. I know there's a video on YouTube somewhere where Chad Smith is at like some, I don't even know what it is, just some event, and he's just there like hanging out, and there just happens to be a drum kit there. And like next thing you know, he's just ripping Suck My Kiss on this drum set.
Holy crap.
That's awesome. Another thing I must mention about this song were Stallions. Final Stallions. Here it is. We got the Blood Sugar Sex Magik vinyl. Of course we do. It's a double discer. And an interesting double discer. So most 2-disc LPs like open up. This one does not. It just has 2 discs right in there. But Suck My Kiss is the end of side A. So you got that. Comes with this nifty little poster. It's got all the lyrics inside of it.
Hit me, you can't hurt me.
But yep, Suck My Kiss is the end of side 1.
Dude, that's such a funny song.
Another thing too.
So then the start
I
of
freaking love this album.
the start
Had
of
it on CD too.
Oh. All right, so starting side B is I Could Have Lied.
Yeah, and might as well talk about it because we just started talking about the vinyl. But what different vibes between Suck My Kiss and I Could Have Lied? You know, side 1 ends. And I guess to give some context too, this album came out on vinyl right away. It wasn't like one where it just only came out on CD and then they repressed it later. Like it came out on vinyl right when they released it in 1991. So when they made this album, there probably was thought given to like when they're ordering the songs, like how would it transition, like when somebody has to get up and flip the disc. And Suck My Kiss is, like a very high energy song, like gets you moving. So you go flip it over, and now you're back in your seat. And I Could Have Lied just starts out with like a nice, very slow, melodic John Frusciante guitar. Do 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 do.
Dude, one of the best acoustic players I like out there. There's so many
Oh, he
versions
can
of
do
him.
it all.
Yeah, like it's so clean and he's if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he's 19 when making this album.
Let's see. We don't have to guess. We have the internet.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so John Frusciante was born in 1970. So close. He would have been 21. He would have been 19 when he joined the band.
Okay, that's probably
And
where
when
I
they
was.
did Mother's Milk. Still incredibly young. 21 years old. And is playing guitar on Blood Sugar Sex Magik for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was drinking beer and fucking off when I was 21.
Oh my gosh. Going from there. All right, we'll leave it at that. You could have lied. All right. From there, bam, 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 down, 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 bam, 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 down, 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 down.
Yeah, what an opening. So yeah, as Spruce just hummed out, you just have like those power chords that get instantly muted with like same thing with just like hi-hat barks from Chad. And then after like 15 seconds of that, then you just get like the most silky smooth guitar from Frusciante with Flea just directing traffic in the background.
Dude. Dun, 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 dun. It's so good. And
The
this
way
song,
Anthony sings.
yeah, this song will always remind me of Thad Man, James Thaddeus from Rubik's Groove, because I posted this on the Stallions within the first like couple weeks I was doing it, and he's like, more people need to know about this song. Like it only has like 12, and again, this is gonna be a lot, but 12 million views or listens, and that's near the bottom, or probably kind of towards the middle of this album's plays. But I don't know, this
on Spotify.
on Spotify, yeah.
Okay.
But this song needs more street cred.
Yeah, the only ones with less are like towards the end of the album, which makes sense. People lose attention, so they don't go all the way through. But yeah, much less than a lot of songs that I think don't even hold a candle to it. Like I think Mellowship Slinky in B minor is I don't know if it's my favorite. It's probably between that one and Apache Rose Peacock, and honestly, even their Red Hot. I know their Red Hot is only a minute long song, but stupid good. But yeah, so Mellowship Slinky in B minor. If you've never heard the song, drop what you're doing, go listen to it right now, because you're only cheating yourself.
And
And
then
that
let it play once it's done,
mhm.
and so you can go right into an absolute face melter, The Righteous and the Wicked, which is a song I really didn't know that well until the past like I feel like, so if people are Stallions listeners, you know this has been a long time coming for this. It's been about 2 months since we did the
Yeah, we
last one.
promised this one like a month ago.
Yeah, well, they're
Even like 6 weeks ago.
read our description. Episodes are aired when they're good and ready, and this was not good and ready until
And
now.
and in our defense, it's not like we weren't putting out other content. We've gone
Shit.
to a shitload of concerts in June. That was like concert month for your boy over here. 4
Chef,
Dave shows, 3 Fish shows, Dead and Company. Like, what do you want from me, people?
I want you to not burn the scallops.
All right, Chef Ramsay. The righteous and the wicked of the war and peace. Oh, just like it's nice and just dark and
Dude,
dirty. It might be the heaviest
the
song.
intro is just
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's a good spot for that song in the album too, because yeah, so like we're on side 2. We started off with I Could Have Lied, which starts off slow and then picks up, and then you get some really groovy shit with Mellowship Slinky, and now it's like, all right, we're gonna slide something dark and dirty in here. And then we're gonna finish off the second side with give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. 2, 3, 4. And this is the lead single off the album too. Only one single was released before the album was released, and it was this one, Give It Away.
Holy shit. That was funny, Club. You skipped the intro.
A little carried away.
Holy shit. Well, what I got, you gotta give it to your mama. And that's all I
When
have
I
to
got
say
you,
about
gotta
that.
give it to your papa.
I mean, is
And
there
then
any
you
more
do
to
a
say?
little dance, and then you drink a little water.
Dude. This was actually one, like, so I started playing the bass a couple years ago, like 2, 3 years ago. But I was like, man, I should like just like learn a song. And for some reason I wanted to learn this one. Dude, it's so for the people who don't know the bass, I mean it's boom ba doo doo, bo ba doo bo ba doo doo, down bo ba doo doo, bo ba doo. And Flea like keeps it very open. And in that, again, that documentary, Funky Monks, you see Flea play it and try to do like a bunch of fills. And Rick Rubin goes, just let it ring. Boom, ba doo doo. And like, so that was Rick Rubin telling him to just like let it ring. Simple, 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 simple. And to this day, that shit just rips.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's like this song's kind of similar to Suck My Kiss in a lot of ways. Like we were talking before about how sometimes you're like, oh yeah, like is it this one or this one? And like, not that I really get those two songs confused, because both of those two are like really, really popular. I've probably heard each like over 100 times at this point in my life. But like, if you're just like kind of humming it and not doing like any words or anything, like they kind of sound similar. But like I just said, Give It Away ends side B. So that is the first disc. And then you would flip it over, or not flip it over, you put it back, and then you would get out the second disc. throw on the Seaside, and then you're starting off with the title track, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic.
I will never not think, whenever I hear Seaside now, I think of when we did our first vinyl roulette with Physical Graffiti, and my favorite Zeppelin song, Down by the Seaside, is on the Seaside. And I remember looking at you and being like, you think they did that on purpose? Like, are they that fucking just in depth
Yes.
with?
Yes, they are.
That's just like Zeppelin, greatest band ever. But
That's honestly, not to get sidetracked, that's like one of the greatest sides of a disc of music in like music history.
Mhm.
10 years gone, Down by the Seaside. I think does that have the Wonton song too, or is Wonton on D?
I don't know. It might be on that one, and then I know it ends with
Different discussion though. We're getting
yeah,
sidetracked.
Ronnie R. Okay, yeah. So you start this Seaside out with just a bell, ding, ding, and then that clean pocket of Chad comes in, and
Mm-hmm.
this is where I get confused. So I feel like I had heard this riff before earlier in the album. This song
Do do
specifically.
do do
Do,
do
do,
do
do,
do
do,
do
bo,
do
bo,
do
bo,
do
do, bo,
do
do,
do
bo,
do.
do.
And it's
And
similar to how Mellow Ship starts.
yeah,
Do 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 do. I mean, it's like a little bit different rhythmically, but it's probably like the same chords.
no, yeah, no.
You would know that more than me. I am a mere drummer.
Not the same chords, but the same like style of playing, probably. But it is. This is, and it's the title track. Top 3 for me on this album. How many pieces do you wish?
Yeah, the way Anthony sings is just so like, just like dark. It's good.
Dude, it sounds just like ZZ Top singing.
Yeah,
Like during the verses, it's just like very low, and then it busts out. Blood sugar, baby. Magic. Magic. Sex magic. Blood sugar. Yeah, dude, this one's so good. And what a way to just, again, you know what's coming for the rest of this side and disc.
Yeah, and so then we go into like what it's got to be the most popular Red Hot Chili Peppers song, like any album, right? Under the Bridge, like
Yeah,
if you
I
like,
would.
I don't know if you remember back in the day. So I'm gonna look this up to make sure I'm correct because this is just a blind guess. But do you remember back when VH1 used to do music?
Oh
So
yeah.
like for every decade, they would have like a top 100 songs of the 80s, the top 100 songs of the 90s or whatever, and 70. Like they had every decade pretty much. I remember I used to love watching these shows because I mean this is back before like smartphones and Spotify and like all this stuff. So your ability to just like find music on a whim, it didn't really exist. And I am pretty sure Under the Bridge came in the top 10, top 100 songs in the 90s. I'm about to look it up right now. Also, I cried when they played the song live because the entire audience was singing it. It was overwhelming. What a song.
It's emotional. There's really nothing like it all around. The way it ends, just John doing that outro, Under the Bridge downtown is where I drew some blood. This is the most iconic song, and it really just does not get old. And most unique. What is it?
So close.
12?
15.
Woo.
What a crock. I mean, it's fair because I like some of the songs, like
Shania Twain takes it all, man.
no, Smells Like Teen Spirit took it all.
Well, Shania Twain is up there. We talked about it.
Oh yeah, well, in terms of album sales, yes. This is just like VH1's own list, and it's just like specific songs, not like sales or anything like that. Yeah, I have no idea where this album would have ranked in terms of sales, just specifically within the 90s. it'd have to be up there. I'm pretty sure this sold over 10 million copies just in the US.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that is an unreal song. Everyone's heard it. I know you have. And then we go into number 12. Naked in the rain.
The drums, the way the drums start in this song are crazy.
Dude, honestly, that matched up like the bass is just mimicking that. It's
oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Boop,
They're
boop,
locked
boop,
in.
boop, 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 boop.
The boys are locked in. But yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good. And then so does the next song end side C? Because the next song is Apache Rose Peacock. Which
So yeah, Apache Rose Peacock ends side C, and like, man, I love this song. This is just like Mellowship Slinky. Like, just not enough people know about this song. It's not like super fast or anything, but it's just so fucking groovy.
dude, it does have that
I'm
same
sitting
feel.
down in the New Orleans.
Dude, it has that same feel as those two, like Mellowship and Blood Sugar.
Yeah,
Just starting out
it's
with
probably
that
why I
bang,
love those two.
like, yeah, it's iconic. The boys found that just exact everything that they're looking
The
for.
lyrics in this are shocking too. Like, Anthony in one of the verses is talking about getting a blowjob from a female police officer.
Wowzers in my trousers.
Yeah, I remember, like, that's what where's that? That's where is it? That's why this is on here. For the video, or for the audio only listeners, I'm pointing to the parental advisory that was on the CD cover. Yeah, because they don't, I don't know, they don't swear a ton in this, but like, yeah, that song Apache Rose Peacock, that would be enough right there to get that parental advisory tag on there.
Absolutely. But yeah, so that ends that Seaside. And we flip that over one more time. You take it in knowing that this is going to be it. And it starts off with the greeting song.
Pure party funk. Like, this one just goes so hard. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, just John just like starts ripping just like right away with that. Like, it almost sounds like a bass part that Flea would play, but it's not. It's John playing it with the guitar. And then yeah, Flea's not far behind.
Especially when you get to the end around like 2:30, like you see John just ripping that solo, and then Flea takes over. That just boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we work our way down to My Lovely Man.
Yeah, and another one that just like, it's like I said, they're establishing their song. It just starts out with that and it, like, just that vintage Chili Pepper sound.
I used to shout across the room for you. And yeah, that guitar just rips the entire time, like through the verses, through everything. It's just John just ripping.
Oh yeah, and it's such a good song, and it's setting up the next song perfectly too, because like the greeting song, like you said, like, you're on the last side of the album. They come out swinging. My Lovely Man is like really, like, it's just like a rock solid song. Like, you absolutely cannot complain about it. And it goes right into just like this filthy, slow, funky ass song, the longest song on the album, over 8 minutes. Sir Psycho Sexy. Just like, you just like listen to this and like you just like can't help but like make a face like, oh really?
Do do
Like
do do
it's
do.
just so funky.
Dude. Wait, this song is crazy. Actually, I forget it's the one where it's like a long, long time ago,
Oh
before the
yeah.
wind and snow or whatever
So
he says.
psycho sexy, that is me.
The
Like
wind and the snow. So they this is one again that sticks out to me in that Funky Monks documentary where they are just they all stand around the mic and you don't hear the music playing at all. You just hear them all with headphones on, and then they go, "He's a freak of nature."
yeah.
There's
I
that, or they're
do
just like,
remember.
Sir Psycho, yeah," and
Yeah.
they'll just like pause, "Sir Psycho, yeah." Straight Bee
Oh,
Gees.
that one is so fun.
But yeah, this is an 8 minute 16 second song. Holy crap!
Of just funky Phil.
And you're just listening to this. You've never seen this track list before. You're in 1991 right now, and you're like, "This is it. What a fucking ending to an album! 8 minute ripper, just sending you off with solos at the end."
But wait, there's more.
Out the mountain of the red
They should have just called this the Chad song. Is like, so I remember earlier on, I said Give It Away is on, it's either Rock Band 2 or 3. And on whichever one that one is on, the other game, this song is on. And it is like impossible on every instrument. You know how it like gives the song a rating for like each instrument in terms of difficulty? There's, you know, like 1 through 5, but then there's also like red 5 where it's like even harder than 5. And this song is that for every single instrument. There's only a few others that I remember that were like that difficult. Dream Theater, Panic Attack was one of them. Painkiller by Judas Priest, Llama by Fish. Like, but this one I remember because it was a Red Hot Chili Peppers song. I didn't know those other songs much back at that time. I spent hours on hours trying to beat it. And there were just a few where like, because I had a buddy who like we would play Rock Band like religiously, like Friday night, like we're not like going out and like having fun or whatever. I mean, we are having fun, but you know, like we're not like going out and do all these things. We're like in my parents' basement just playing Rock Band for like 4 hours at a time. And this was just one where it was like after a couple hours we're like, dude, we've been trying this song for 2 hours. We're failing like 10 seconds into the song, like next.
Dude, it is a crazy song. Like the way John's guitar follows Anthony's voice as well is
I can't even comprehend Chad's drum part. Like it doesn't matter how many times I listen to it, and I just like try to break it down and think like, what is he actually doing? Nope, like no clue.
but it's, yeah, and for how short it is, people are like, it's probably easy. You're just riding that snare. No. Wrong. But you are so right if you love this album, because what an album this was. Easily top 3 Chili Peppers for me.
I think for me too. Yeah, I mentioned it. Californication's my favorite. By the ways, and this one and Stadium Arcadium are competing for those last 2 spots. I think this one's gotta have one of them.
And it's just like in my mind, it's just because of all those intros. Like they have 4 or 5 songs on here where it's just like bam, 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 down, 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 down. Like it's just
and the
like
singing too.
It's just
like
wild.
The harmonies from John are
yeah,
unreal.
they're
the
very
way
out
Anthony
of
plays off of them.
I mentioned at the beginning of this, but they went very much towards like melody, and I know Rick Rubin was like, think more. I don't know if you want to put it like this, but like radio, like singing, like think like what people could sing along to and just stuff like that. And he did it at some points, and other points you're just like, hey, better, hey, better, hey, better.
Hey, better, swing.
I know. Yeah. So we could just restart this whole album review and just keep going in a circle because that's how good this fucking album
Yeah,
is.
really.
Oh yeah, like we almost just went right back into Power of Equality.
All right.
yes.
So that was Blood Sugar Sex Magik. Hell of an album, 73 minutes. But that is the third Frusciante album. As we said at the beginning of the episode, we did Unlimited Love right when it came out. We did By the Way probably about 2 months ago. We thought this one would be out shortly after, but we already explained why it didn't happen. So we still have Californication, Stadium Arcadium left. Am I forgetting one?
Yeah,
oh yeah, Mother's Milk. Duh.
Yeah. Wait, I was like, wait, what?
I was like, there's 6. Which one am I forgetting?
Yeah,
okay, so we have Mother's Milk, Californication, and Stadium Arcadium left in the fold.
All right.
So, which one are we doing next, Spruce?
Let me reach in. Dun dun dun. It'll come out of this. Ah!
The skull knows.
The skull of justice.
The black cauldron exists.
All right, I have it. We will be doing for the next Red Hot Chili Peppers John Frusciante album series. Drum roll, please. Dream of Californication.
Oh,
Dream of Californication.
Hell yeah.
We're going to need to set aside an entire day for this one.
Oh yeah. Fuck. I could do this one right now. There's a CD back there. I need to get the vinyl of it. How do I not have the vinyl of this?
Club, I may have to just who knows? Maybe I'll show up at your door tomorrow and we'll listen to it.
Oh, I would love nothing more.
Surprise. But yeah, so that is what we'll be doing next. We got a lot. I mean, this steam train does not stop. We have just nonstop people wanting to come on, wanting to talk about everything that they're involved in music. We have, like Klep said, a shit ton of concerts to catch up on. But glad we were able to sneak this in about a month and a half.
Yeah, it's July 14th, and we have concert reviews from early June. We still got to get out. Shit, we got concert reviews from May they're recorded but not released yet.
Oh, Jesus, Peter. All right. Well, besides that, my name is Spruce.
I'm Klep.
And this has been another episode of Oh, I forgot.